Okay, good morning, everyone. I know some of you won't be able to watch this live because you're at work, but that's okay. So, what I want to explain today is that it is not my typical Tuesday one video, show me how it's done. I am going to be doing a series of videos today to show you a few fun things from the new catalog, and we're having an online catalog launch party. So just so you know, all of the prizes, the games, and everything that I have open, I'm going to leave open until Friday. So you have until then to go through all of my posts, comment on things, do the tasks so that you can earn some really fun prizes. So this is an absolutely free event. Everyone who has placed an order with me in the last year has received a little catalog launch party packet that I will explain in a little bit. And I've sent out catalogs to everyone who's requested them. Now, if you're in Canada and you don't have a demonstrator, please send me a message. I'm more than happy to get you set up with a catalog, and we'll get you set up with some other fun stuff throughout the next few months too, okay? So if you have any questions about what's going on today, don't hesitate to contact me. But what I have done is my posts started this morning with a little welcome message where I told you kind of the breakdown of the day when I would be going live, which is at 10, 2, or 10, noon, and 2. So I'll be doing videos at those times. And then I'll have a few posts popping up throughout the day with just a few games and things like that. That's already started. I did post something in every thing that I've put up. So just so you know, you'll want to read every post that pops up. I've numbered them. So it says catalog launch day, post 1, 2, 3, 4, I think is already up. And so in some of the posts that I've already done, I have given you the link to this catalog online, just in case you don't have your paper copy yet. But I really hope that everyone I've mailed one out to has gotten it. If you don't, please send me a message because I want to check up with you then in a week and just make sure it's arrived because it should have by then. If not, I'll send another one. So there's an online link. There is a hostess code for you to participate. If you want to get your orders in early, because we know sometimes those really popular items, they can, disappear or go on back order right away. So if you're really keen to place your order, I will count them towards your free monthly club kit. And every $50 you order, you're also going to get 5 entries into our draw prizes for today. And I say today, but just a reminder, that's open till Friday. Okay, so I'll do the draws on the weekend, but I want to give everyone working a chance to actually get through the tasks and get as many entries as they want. There is a hostess code, which you'll need to make sure to use so that you do qualify for those entries, as well as a set of free embellishments if your order's over $100, and it will be a set from the new catalog, so it'll be something you don't own yet. The second post that went up was talking about some of the prizes that are going on today. So like I said, it's a free event. You don't have to purchase anything, but you do get bonus entries for things like purchasing. You can get bonus entries for signing up for some of my events, and we'll talk about those in just a second. You can get entries for participating in all of the tasks that are on these videos and posts. And you can also get bonus entries for, let me just make sure I got everything. The paper share, which I am also going to talk about in just a second. Okay, so there's lots going on here. The last post that you'll want to check out is the one that's talking about my events that are coming up. So in your little lunch party, you got a spring calendar. I realize the April events will be obsolete, but I made this calendar in April, so I just printed it off again. So the ones that you're going to want to watch out for are what's coming up in May and June. So May, today, I have Surprise Prize Bingo tonight, which some of you have signed up for. If you're in Edmonton and you still want to join, I have 2 spots left. You can swing by today and grab a kit to participate. Unfortunately, it wouldn't get to you in time if you're not in Edmonton, but I will be doing that online, and I'll send you your Zoom links very soon. Monthly Card Club is the second Tuesday and second Wednesday of every month. You can come to my house and craft, or I have a to-go option where I prep your stuff. You just have to have stamps with sentiments and those sorts of things to complete the cards, and I will send you a video tutorial to complete your projects. So if you'd like to sign up for those, I'm not going to go into all the details because I have put them both in the post and on your calendars. But if you have questions about things, please let me know. And if you want to sign up for them, there are entries for you to receive if you RSVP. Those of you who have already RSVP'd to events that we're talking about today, your names are already in the draws. Okay, so you don't need to remind me. I have your names already registered if you've paid, and you're good to go. The second thing in May is my Make It Manly class, and that class is themed strictly along masculine cards. Since we are really bad sometimes at stocking those, this class is going to use a bunch of the new products from the catalog and make you a set of masculine cards. I'm guaranteeing 5 cards. I haven't fully designed all of them yet. So there'll be 2 fun folds and for sure 3 other ones, but who knows? Sometimes I like to throw little things in as a treat and stuff. But that class is $25 or free with a $60 order. You need to pay the $25 as a deposit to sign up for the class. And then at the event or throughout the month, you can always message and say, actually, I think I'd like to place an order, and I'll use that as a credit. But you need to pay the $25 up front to reserve your spot. And then I just want to highlight for June, a couple things. I've got monthly club going on again. This is the major thing I want to talk about. This is my spring all-day crafting retreat. So I do these crafting retreats twice a year, one in the springtime and one around Christmas time. And they are so much fun. So we've had to be online for the last while, but I'm very, very optimistic that we can be in person for this one. Those of you who have attended before, we usually meet at Christ Church here in Edmonton, and they have just generously said, the likelihood is you can use our space. We can't give you an affirmative until the beginning of June, just because so many things change all the time. And so I fully respect that. So that's why my location on here is to be announced. But if we're not there, I will find us somewhere on the south side of Edmonton. Okay, so we're going to meet in person. If you are not comfortable with that, or you can't travel here because you're somewhere else, I will also have an option of pre-recorded videos for you where I will explain all the projects for you. I will have those all recorded so you can watch them whenever you like, and then you'll still be eligible for all the games and prizes that are part of the event as well. So I just want to highlight the 2 sets that we're using. You have the choice of both in your registration, but you're going to make projects with both. You just get to choose which stamp set you for sure want to go home with. And if you look on my Facebook event that I've posted, there is an option as well for you to receive both stamp sets, and then you'll receive an extra set of the make and take projects from the day, just as a thank you for taking the I Want It All bundle. Okay, so the first bundle, I should say stamp set that you can choose from is the Cup of Tea stamp set. There is an option you can add the dies onto your registration. They're not included, but you can add them on, and they're discounted at 10%. Sorry, give me a second here. Hi Sheila, hi Trina, thanks for watching. Okay, so here's the dies that you're welcome to add on. I'm not going to give you all the math for that because it's listed both on your calendar and in the event. I'm more than happy to go over it with you, but you won't remember the math anyways. So that's option number 1. Option number 2 is the Happiness Abounds stamp set. Now I know you're probably like, Lauren, what the heck? More flowers. But A, look at the beautiful scripting on these words. And B, look at the paper. I had to play with it. I'm really sorry, guys, but we're doing flowers because it is gorgeous and you will be happy. I promise you. I don't think I've disappointed you yet. Hey, Jerry. So those dies that you can add on are also displayed here, and you'll see all sorts of fun ways to use them at the class. Okay, so those are the two, hi Judy, those are the two options for the all-day retreat. And there is an early bird price of $99 if you sign up before June 1st. You can sign up probably about till June 10th, but the cost goes up by $15 because I have to rush to make extra projects and I have to rush your orders to get everything here in time. There's also a ship out option, so if you are not in Edmonton and you need things shipped, it's $18 in a flat rate shipping box. That includes all your materials, prizes, everything's all in there for you, okay? So we can chat about that if you're interested in signing up. But if you sign up today or I guess before Friday, or you have signed up, you can earn bonus entries into today's draws for signing up for all-day event, masculine class, and I threw in a couple bonus entries if you're coming to the monthly classes too. Hey, Kathy. Oh, you guys are so lovely. I love that you're tuning in. I know everyone's so busy, so I really appreciate you showing up. Okay, now I want to just kind of briefly highlight. So you should have this welcome packet if I sent it to you. So I don't want you to open it all up, but what I do want you to do is from inside here, I want you to grab this little wish list. It should look like this. It should have a few pages in there. So inspire, create, share. So what I love about these is throughout the day, you're going to see some different bundles. You're going to see different items. Make sure just to jot them on here. This is a great tool to just keep in the front cover of your catalog. And then as you're purchasing, you can always just cross off or highlight what you've grabbed. But things that maybe you don't think of usually, make sure to put on this list. And you can even go through the catalog and shop as well. But it's a great way for you to kind of just cue yourself as to what stands out. Okay, so keep this handy. You'll want it today. You'll want it as you're browsing the catalog. And if you have an order, like I said, please don't hesitate to let me know if you want to share shipping, if you're in Edmonton, or you can go online and shop at learnerbonus.stampinup.net. Now, let's say you're shopping and you realize, oh my goodness, my wish list is 15 pages long. Let's chat. I'm sorry, this is so tiny. Let's chat about an offer that started today. Now, I am always a no pressure consultant. I just love what I do. So I always want to share any savings that you guys can have. So if you decide your wish list is really long and you might be interested in a deal, you can take the opportunity to join my team this month. So what that means is you're going to have a starter kit, and maybe I'll try holding this up for you. Okay, let's do the highlights. You are going to, I did put a post up so a couple days ago, so you can always go back to that. Oh, this is the American one. It's not $99. Ignore that. Okay, you're going to pay $135. So pay $135. You're going to pick $165 of products out of the catalog. So already that's $30 bonus. Plus, you're not paying any shipping or GST, which is guaranteed another like $20 on top of this. So let's say we're at $50 savings already right now. During this month, Stampin' Up! Is also offering you these 4 freebies in your kit, which total about $91. So you will get all 5 of the new in colors. You will get a package of the assorted cardstock colors. You will get a full package, this is a partial because this is all I have left, of the 6x6 designer series paper. And you're going to get some new in-color grid sheets, which I don't have yet because they just became available. So that is a $91 bonus on top of the $50 you're saving. So basically your starter kit is worth more, like you doubled what you're paying. If you just want to try the kit and enjoy it, you get a 20% discount on anything you order during the amount of time you are a current demonstrator. So if you signed up during May, our quarter right now is going January, February, March, April, May. You'll have until the end of September actually to place our quarterly minimum, which is $400. There's no penalties though if you don't do it. You just stop being a demonstrator, but you get to participate in that 20% discount. You get to come to my monthly team meetings, and you get to sign up for some exclusive events. So I'm not going to harp on it, but if you're interested at all, please chat with me. I'd love to have you on my team, and I'd love to walk you through how to sign up to make sure you do join my team and you don't get lost in the mix there. So on to the fun stuff. Let's move this and let's move this. So I gave you a peek, but I want to introduce you officially to our 5 new in colors. These are colors now that are guaranteed for the next 2 years with Stampin' Up. So we have Tahitian Tide, Parakeet Party, Sweet Sorbet, Starry Sky, and Orchid Oasis. So I love how vibrant they are. This green maybe scares me a little bit, but it is gorgeous when you're making like strawberries and cherries, when you're making bright little birdies and grass and trees and branches. So don't worry, I'm going to show you how to use it and make the most of it. And then I just want to highlight some of the coordinating products you can grab with it. Okay, so we do have 6x6 designer paper. There's of course cardstock in every one of those 5 colors. There is glitter paper in all the 5 colors, and it's an ombre. So if you look here, you can see it starts really dark at the top, medium, and really light. So I haven't played with this yet, but I'm excited to do so. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Tanya. There are blends in all 5 of the colors. There are markers. So if you're wondering why would I get blends and markers, blends are great for coloring. They're so forgiving. They just kind of bleed straight into your paper and give you this gorgeous look. You can use multi-tones. I use my Stampin' Write markers when I want to color straight onto a rubber stamp, and it will give me different colors on that stamp. So let's say I had flowers and leaves on one image. I can use the green and the red to color 2 different colors instead of having to try and figure out how to make my ink work that way. And then I have unfortunately used my Parakeet Party metallic ribbon, but here are the other 4. They are stunning. Look how fun they are. So those are our in color products. You can find them in the catalog, and there's just way too much goodness in the catalog for me to show you everything. Okay, so what I want to do this morning is I want to show you just one project highlighting some of these colors. So this project came about because I was designing all of the make and takes for today, for my team, for club, and I had a pile of tiny little scraps. So I wanted to know what to do with them. So what I did was, I'm going to start with a piece of vellum. And this vellum, it measures 4 inches or 4 1/4 by 11. And we're putting a score mark right here at the 5 1/2 inch mark, so that when you fold this over, it should be nice and in half. You probably want a bone folder handy, but good thing I have nails. There we go. So there's my vellum. Now I need something on the inside of the vellum to write on, as well as to use for a little bit of a guide. Okay, so I'm going to just choose a piece of basic white. This is 4 inches by 5 1/4. Now, if you really care what the back looks like, you will not use double-sided tape. You'll use just a few glue dots because they're a little bit more subtle. But I kind of feel like nobody's looking at the back of my card. So I'm just going to put double-sided tape on this, and I'm going to tuck it onto the inside of my card. There we go. So make sure you've got a nice little border all the way around with the vellum. And then you're going to come over with your pile of extra pieces that we all end up getting when we're cutting things. So my pieces are actually longer than I need because they were scraps. So all I'm going to do at the end of lining them up is trim my card, so don't worry. If you want to have them all measured perfectly, then what you're going to do is you're going to cut them at 1/4 inch by 4 1/4. But like I said, they can be all different lengths and you will still get the same effect. Okay? So I think I can replicate what I did. These are all just extras. So what I did was I just put a thin strip of double-sided tape on the back, but you can use glue or whatever else you'd like as well. Now, the reason you put your white on first is because this top line is going to be your guide to start. Okay, so we're going to take our first little piece and we're going to line it up. And I like the vellum because you can rip this off if you need to. Sorry, I'm not directly over top of mine. There we go. So you're going to line this up so it is perfect across the whole strip. Now the fun thing is because these are too long, they're actually going to hold my card in place for me. So I don't need to move anything else. So I've done my top one. You can do whatever design you want, but I just basically went 2, 1, 2, 1 and had fun with whatever colors I had. Okay, we're just going to move this down, give the slightest little gap, and voila. Now you can keep progressing down the page, and you can also start at the bottom and progress up the page, because I do suggest that wherever you end up in the middle, you're going to be able to kind of decide from there what you have room for, whether it's 2 strips of red or just the 1. So however you build this is totally up to you. And it's just a fun way to use all those extra scraps. Okay, so I'm using the Starry Sky kind of to bring your focus onto my card. And then I thought the Orchid Oasis was a nice kind of progression. It's always hard to put the doing colors in rainbow order, I find. Sometimes it's a little weird because you don't have all the colors in there. Okay, and then I'm going with some Tahitian Tide. This one to me reminds me of, we had an older color called Tempting Turquoise, I think it was called, and I had so much fun with that. You could make the most vibrant ocean scenes because it just screamed beach to me, and so I'm kind of excited to play with this in the context of like that palm tree set that we still have and some of the ocean things, the new Waves of the Ocean set. It's just really fun, makes you happy. All right, bring in this Parakeet Party that everyone says like, oh my goodness, this is a blast from the 90s, but it is on its own, but it's kind of fun when you put it together with modern tones, which these two definitely are. It kind of tones it down a little, I think. Okay, so there we go. And now we're gonna just go with the sweet sorbet in the middle. Okay. But like I said, use whatever pattern you want to. I just had these scraps on hand and this was the layout that worked for me. So you'll see as I'm coming from the top and the bottom, now I really know what space I have to work with here. So I'm just going to grab the skinniest of skinnies here, tuck that right on the inside of my card. Now I can trim right away, or I can quickly show you how to decorate. So what I've done is I have grabbed my Nature's Prints stamp set. I have stamped this gorgeous little branch in Orchid Oasis. I think on this one I used Starry Sky, but I wanted to try both. So here's Orchid Oasis and here's Starry Sky. I have cut myself out this little label, which is falling apart. Okay, I'm using all these dies. Here we go. So I've used my label die. They do stick here. I'm just not. I think I kind of toss them in. And then I've grabbed this large laurel, like this guy, and cut out a whole branch. I'm only going to end up using half of it, but that means that I've done the work and I can actually use the other half on another project. So the easiest way to do this is just to snip roughly in the middle. Okay? You can even have like, keep that branch. Doesn't matter which side you keep, just that you have one of them. Okay, so I'm going to just set that aside because I do need to trim this very, very quickly. I have my guillotine ready because I was doing all of these projects, so I like to use that. Okay, so ignore the fact that we can't purchase this guy anymore. It's fine. What you're going to do is flip the card front down onto your cutting plate. And then when you trim everything off, you'll have a nice uniform side. Okay, so flip it around and do the same thing to this side. Then you have this string, which maybe you could use on another little project. I'm not going to. I'm going to keep moving on. Okay. Sorry, got sticky. There we go. Okay, first things first, we're going to grab this little laurel leaf, and the easiest way to attach that is with a glue dot. Okay, so just grab a glue dot, put it on the top of your leaf. My roll is empty. Put one on the bottom of your leaf. And do I have another one? Nope, I need a new roll. There we go. And put one in the middle of your leaf. So what I like to do is I just put my paper directly onto the roll, and when you pull up, the glue dot sticks to it. Okay, and then this guy just gets attached to the edge, and then you might have to just trim something here, and that's fine. Okay, so there's your laurel leaf. It looks a little odd, but it'll look better once we add everything to it. Now for my beautiful little branch here, I want it to look like it's sticking out, but I don't want it on dimensionals because I'm already putting my sentiment there. So the way I'm going to kind of give it some life is I am only putting a piece of tape across the bottom of the stem. My sentiment is going to end up covering it, but it gives me the chance to still feel like there's some space in between that. Okay, and then your choice of sentiment, of course. So I went with the best wishes and happy thoughts, which I have mounted. Where are you? There we go. Oh, look, I'm back. I'm so talented. Okay, best wishes and happy thoughts. But of course you can use anything you want. So let's try the Starry Sky. And I just used basic white for my little tag. Sorry, I need to see what I'm doing. Love the script on this. It's so delicate and so pretty. Okay, and then turn this over and pop it up on dimensionals. So this, sorry, I didn't mention, this project is not in the catalog launch kits. I just wanted to show it to you. We are going to do project number 1 from the new catalog launch kits at noon. Okay, so you'll want to come back for that, or of course you can watch the replay as well, and then we'll do project number 2 during my 2 o'clock video. Well, I decided I like these brass brushed brass butterflies, just as a little accent. So we're just going to grab one of those guys, if you can, and put him on the edge. There we go. So it's a very different card in the fact that you're using vellum as your base rather than a cardstock, but I thought it kind of gives you this really delicate look, and it's rather fun for you to enjoy. So I hope you guys feel the same. So before I let you go, I do just want to mention one more thing. So I've already said you're coming back at noon for video 1 with this. What you're going to watch for next is a post that's talking about my paper shares. Okay, so if anyone is wondering what a paper share is, basically instead of purchasing an entire package of the designer paper and purchasing that, will it stand with the vellum base? Good question, Trina. I think so. I think once you put the cardstock in it, then it will. If it was just vellum without the cardstock, I think it will fall down at the beginning. But good question. Okay, sorry, back to paper shares. So what I do is instead of you having to purchase all these papers to try them out, I offer you the chance to purchase a quarter package. So I have done all the math. It's beautifully done in my little notebook, but see, it's all in there. But I have a post coming up for you right away with some nice pictures, and you can pick from there any papers that you kind of just want to try out. You'll get a quarter package. There's also an option for you to do the take all, where you'll get all of the designer papers, the specialty paper share, and you also get a free little bonus. So all those details are coming. What you get, like in a 12 by 12 pack, for instance, is I cut the paper to a 6 by 12 because that would be quarter package. The one thing I did want to mention, and you'll see this in there, is this package. It's called He's the Man. So it comes with some great designer series paper. It's classified and priced as a specialty paper pack. But in the package, it comes with these decals. There is no way for me to divide these decals nicely in half for you. So what I've done is I have lowered the cost of the paper. If you just want to receive a quarter share, it's only $4.50 instead of $6.10. So I've lowered the cost. You don't get the decals, but there's also an option just for this package for you to buy a half a pack, which would give you one full sheet of each of these patterns and a full sheet of decals, because there's two of the sheets of decals in the package here. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, and it's nice to have the visual. I can certainly mail within Canada. It will be, the price just depends on how, like which papers you pick and how heavy. So I would say you're probably looking at a max of like $12 for shipping if you take the Take Everything package. However, some things might get tricky when we're dealing with these 12 by 12 sheets. So we will have to chat, and I'll get you the best deal I can. But you might be more looking at like $15 if we're starting to do these 12 by 12s, because I can't ship them. Oh yeah, I can. Never mind. I remembered how I can do this. You should be $12 max if you're doing the take all share. So I think we're good. Okay, so hopefully I have not overwhelmed you. I'm sorry if I did. The next video will be a little bit more relaxing. You can come and just craft. I'm going to show you how to do your one make and take, and then I'll show you 2 more projects to kind of dress up the card, and you can add to it with your own supplies if you want. So I thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys back at noon, but make sure to watch within the next 5 minutes. I'll have that paper share post put up, and then check out the other ones because there are tasks on all of them to earn entries. Speaking of tasks, in the comments on this video, I want you to post your favorite in color. and I'm curious to see what those will be. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.